goes. Yay. Let's get going. Okay. We'll see if some folks show up while I'm doing roughs. Hello, thank you for coming. Sorry if there's construction noise outside. There's construction noise forever! There will be construction noise forever. Yes. Oh yeah, I guess it is 9 o'clock, isn't it? You know what? How about I look up what butterscotch pie looks like? How about that? Who would have guessed? Butterscotch pie. It's got a lot of frosting on it, okay. Hello, thank you for coming. And happy birthday, by the way. Hope you have a good birthday. We're doing some roughs on the next part. That's why I have all these references out, because I don't know how to draw tutorial and Asgore human stuff without the help of the reference. I'm doing okay. Trying to get done what I can, because this is like, I have a bit of a downtime this week, so it's not gonna last forever. That should be bigger. Dang. I'm trying to get done what I can. I hope you also go out and get some tasty foods that you enjoy, because that's the time for it, for birthday. Cool family dinner. Yeah. It's pretty much all I did my last birthday too. I wasn't with my family. I'm just like, I'm just gonna have dinner with a friend. Everybody else was so busy. Are you gonna get anything particular? Like, what do you want to get? Actually, hello, thank you for coming. We're doing a morning stream. Gonna go until probably about lunch or so. Which for me is in like 3 hours. It's a very large pie. I kinda wonder if her hand should be bigger. Yeah, maybe not. Jiggy. The problem with the coffee I got is it's dripping condensation all over the place. It was a cold one, not a hot one, obviously. It's too hot for that. Alright, cool. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you have a fun day today. Because it's your birthday, you should have fun. That's a pretty cool age. Thank you very much. So I think it might be nice to do a stream. We haven't done one of those. Well, we did do one on Sunday, but it was a bit of a mess. The stuff stopped, so hopefully we won't have that problem now. You guys probably should put a fork there or something. Maybe not. Just be on the table. Yeah, it's always hard to figure out like what to do for birthday stuff. Especially the older you get, you're like, I don't know. Like when you're a kid, you have all these like cool ideas that you want to do. And then when you're older, it's like, I don't know. I really gotta do something for my birthday next year because it's my 40th, so I should do something. That's a big, big number. But I don't know. figure it out, and I hopefully have about a year to do so. Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, seeing the original Lion King in the movie theater. That would be neat. Because I saw original Lion King in the movie theater. I'll tell you what, the stampede scene in the theater just blew my mind. When I was 10 years old. It was just the coolest thing. It's hard to capture that kind of thing nowadays. I don't know if the live action one counts. Hot Wheels. I used to have a lot of those Star Wars micro machines, and my brothers had those when they were little. Yeah, OG Lion King was like my Disney movie. I probably would have been like super obsessed with it if online had existed when that was out. Always draw their heads too big. Every time, so it's a little bit too large. I know, it's not even live action. Why did I call it that? CG is animation, but worse. It's not real. Those are not real lions. See, I might have even had more respect for quote-unquote live-action Lion King. They're like, this is like a documentary. I'm like, okay, so it shouldn't have music then. They shouldn't be talking. If this is like a documentary, then no talking, no singing. They just have like David Attenborough narrating what's happening as these lions are just doing stuff. You're not quite sure what they're doing because they're not they're not human. Now that would have been interesting. Just no music, no talking, just regular lions doing stuff, and then you devise a story from regular lions. But they didn't do it that way. Copy this so that I can. Go over. Yeah, so wouldn't that have been cool? Just like it acts like it's, real lions, but you build a story around it. Like I would have respected it. But they couldn't do that. I'm just mad. I'm still mad. I haven't even seen it, and I'm still mad about it. I can't see it. I'll be too mad to see it. If they do that with if they actually go through with that with Bambi, I'm just gonna be super mad. I'm gonna be so mad. You can't live action Bambi. You cannot do it. It's not how it works. I'm gonna scream about live action Bambi. Ugh. Especially nowadays, because a lot of people do not get. Wait, is Chris left-handed or right-handed? Depends on what fork they're gonna use. Huh. Which fork are they using? I don't know if they're right-handed or left-handed. Oh well, this doesn't matter that much. I can do what I want. We'll go with right-handed. I always find that drawing people holding forks is really hard. I don't know why. You figure this would be easy because this is people holding a thing. Holding a fork. I'm gonna look this up too. Google, what the heck are you doing? Stop that. I just want to click on that. Folding fork. Okay, the problem is I don't think it's going straight in. Okay, it's a little bit better. There you go. I have not tried drawing people holding chopsticks yet, but I'm sure that I would need a reference for that as well. It's surprising how, like, very basic things like holding a pen or holding a fork or, like, I don't know, they're hard to draw. Probably still looks wrong. No, like 2 fingers under the fork, 2 fingers above it, and the thumb. I hope this looks good when it cleans. Seriously, I need to practice people holding utensils more. That's a remarkably hard thing to draw. Can you do all that? Save often. Oh, steroids. Would like to get a bunch of this done because once work starts back up again, I'm gonna be busy. Yeah, that's the issue. Is like the reason why a lot of life drawing is, you know, people just kind of sitting around. Is one, you're mostly just looking at the anatomy, not an action. And 2, think about it, that person has to hold that pose for like, what, 10, 20 minutes? It's really hard to hold a fork for, you know, that amount of time. Like, I couldn't do it for 1 minute, let alone 10. So you gotta do a pose where, like, you know, somebody can do that pose, basically. I admire people who can, like, hold a, you know, life drawing pose for a really long amount of time. Get mukbangers to do it. Well, honestly, what you can probably just do is, study a mukbang. You know, just put on, I guess if I wanted to, study people holding forks and eating stuff, you know, just put on a mukbang and pause it. I could get a sense of it right there. Probably how you do it with a lot of stuff too, like if you want to see, you know, sports being played, put on a sports thing and pause it at a good time. That's how you get reference. That's why, honestly, a good idea for, regular motion is just, going out into the world and drawing people moving around. The only problem is you got to draw really fast because they ain't sitting still for you. The point of the sitting still is so that you can get a sense of, like, the muscles and anatomy and how that all connects together. Maybe the are a little smaller. Because people walking around, they're not going to be doing that. I've done life drawing in so long, I'm probably super rusty. Well, my anatomy is not the best. Too big. Powder puff football. I've never seen one of those. Not much of a football person, and did my high school even have a football team? My college didn't. My college didn't have a football team. It was a bit of a joke. Like, you could go to the, student store, the campus store, and you could buy a shirt that said, our football is still undefeated, because we've never played a football game. Yeah, I think it's very popular in certain areas. I'm not surprised that a lot of people have it. But it's not popular, or not as popular. I mean, sure it's popular. It's always popular someplace. But it's not so much at my school. Which, controversial opinion, I think it should be less popular. What they've been doing, they realize now that, like, pretty much everyone who plays football ends up with, like, some degree of brain damage. And, that's not good. Like, you shouldn't be having all these poor kids who, want to play a game or whatever, and then, like, end up with brain damage. And then, what else do they do after that? Like, it's not good. Not healthy. Yeah, I hope your little brother's doing okay. Again, football's very popular, but, I don't know, they need to do something about the fact that people just can get seriously injured playing it. And then, like, have no recourse, basically, after you, get injured. And it's like, oh, you're gone. It's like, if you're gonna insist that people play this sport, you better have, resources for them in case they get hurt. I mean, heck, I don't even know if soccer's that bad. Soccer's a pretty intense sport. No, Werther's hard candies are good, but that's like an old people candy. Like Werther's, caramels or whatever, the hard candies. The caramel ones are good, but they are considered old people candy. They're not candy for kids. Which is kind of funny. We used to get those a bunch in Germany. Mom would get us a bunch of Werther's. They're just old people candy. I don't know. Maybe because they don't require chewing, you just suck on them because they're like hard candy. Yeah, I mean I like Werther's. I'm not dissing Werther's, but they're old people candy. candy tutorials given out. Yeah, see, that's who has the Werthers, the grandmothers. Yeah, I'm not knocking Werthers, they're good. They're good old people candy, but they are old people candy. I don't know why that is. Yeah, you just keep popping them in. They're just like, no, no, no. Nice little caramels. Honey pit. Her hair should be covered. Keep an eye on the thing. Where'd you go, Twitch? Okay. And back to household. Being a really big guy. The candies we got a lot in Germany when I was a kid were we'd get a bunch of Werthers and we would get a bunch of Haribo gummy bears, which are very good. I'm actually kind of surprised that I still like Haribo gummy bears after the one incident I had with them. But they're pretty good. And of course, you get all the Kinder Chocolat in Germany. I don't think he'd have his clothes on here, actually. Oh yeah, Haribo. Good stuff. Like, you can find Haribo candies here, but they're not as common as you would find them in like Germany or Austria or something like that. My one bad incident with Haribo gummy bears was I was flying back from Europe for something, and I bought myself a big old pack of gummy bears for the plane, which was probably my first mistake. My second mistake was that I was actually sick with the flu and I didn't know it. This was a long time ago, so this was pre-COVID. Nobody was wearing masks on planes, stuff like that. And I was sick with the flu flying back. And I just was idly eating a bunch of, gummy bears, a whole big bag of gummy bears. Up to the point where we were on the plane. And then when I was on the plane, I got sick. I had to very quickly get past the couple in front that was sitting by me because I was in the window seat. And I threw up, and it was rainbow throw up because of the gummy bears. It was really bad. This wasn't the sugar-free gummy bears. This was regular gummy bears. I was sick with the flu. That's why I threw them up. It wasn't the sugar-free gummy bears. I will not have those after those Amazon stories. This is my own fault for eating a bag of gummy bears when I had the flu. I should have just had crackers and water. No, I ain't having those sugar-free gummy bears. I don't know what they put in others. It's not sugar, but it does something to you. On Dunkin', I haven't had much Dunkin' Donuts. It's fine, I guess. Up here in Canada, we mostly have a Tim Hortons, which is probably not that dissimilar. But I think, like, what I found in general is that, like, American food is just a lot sweeter than most people are used to. There's more sugar in it. Just because I found, like, you know, growing up in the States and then living in Canada, like, you'll have some of the same brands, like cereal and stuff. And brands that you would have in the US, they're just a little bit sweeter than you would have here. Like, if I get a box of Fruit Loops, like, it's still sweet, it's still sugary. But it's a little bit less sugary in Canada than it is in the States. Enough for me to notice. Just a little bit. So I think Americans are just used to way more sugar than most people in the rest of the world are. So they put a lot of sugar, more sugar in it than you really need. Okay, is that... yeah, that'll work, I think. Yeah, I've seen, like, the, American sections when you go to, like, a grocery store in another country and they have, like, an American section. It's all, like, candy and cereal. Which is actually kind of funny, honestly. But there are some times when, like, I do want American stuff. Like, for example, there's a ton of, Chinese food here. Like, you can just get Chinese food everywhere because there's tons of Chinese immigrants in Canada, and it's all very good. But because of that, nobody wants Panda Express because Panda Express is not real Chinese food. It's American fast food that's masquerading as Chinese food. But there's times when what I want is Panda Express. Like, when I go down to the States, I'm like, can I have some Panda Express? Like, I know it's not real, but I don't care. I want the overly American sweet Chinese food. Stuff. Like, sometimes you just crave that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the brands here are the same as in the States. The main difference between them is that all the packaging has a French on it, or English and French. You have to have both. Canada's really nice, very pretty. It's kind of funny how, like, I think it's something like 80 or 90% of, why are round things like plates so hard to draw to? I need, like, better thing for that. I think it's like 90% of the, people, the population lives within, like, 100 miles of the border. Because you go up and it's just wilderness and it's cold. But it is very pretty. I like British Columbia. I like the big mountains, and I like having the big forest with these super tall trees right next door. I like the fact that there's, it's not too humid, although lately it's been a lot more humid than usual. Not very fun. Oh, yeah, middle of Canada, that's rough, because that's pretty much the equivalent of, like, the Midwest in the States, but colder. It's a lot of open prairie. Oh yeah, filming locations. If you want filming locations, you want to come to Vancouver, because there's a lot of filming that's done here. Vancouver has sometimes been called the city that plays every city except itself. kind of makes sense, because, you can get, you know, like a lot of forestry around here, so if you want... Oh, I hate that. Why does it do that? I'm just gonna click on a layer you didn't click on, because I assume you wanted that for some reason. Yeah, a lot of filming happens here. You can get like weird modern buildings. You can get some older buildings if you want those. In Location Scout. Just put their arm up here. Yeah, I mean it's definitely not perfect. There's, you know, problems with there's minority problems up here too. Probably not as intense as they are in the States, at least right now. But they definitely exist. I don't like that arm. Ah! I want them to be pushing the chair away. Maybe need to like. They're like pushing the plate away and the chair out at once. I don't know if that works. Yeah, the healthcare is definitely nice though. It's not like you can't get private healthcare too. Like if you want to buy private healthcare, you can do that. But if you can't buy private healthcare, you can still go see a doctor. Although before I got the you know, statewide healthcare, I did have to pay, you know, fee every time I went to like the walk-in clinic or something like that. Still wasn't as bad as co-pays. Oh, it's time to stretch. These backgrounds have been so tricky. No, you must draw the panels. You must do them. Again, Chris's head's too small. I'm going to have to size that down. First, we stretch. No. Stretch. Make sure you take care of your body when you're drawing. It's important. Otherwise, it'll be a problem for you and your art. Construction, why are you so loud? Okay, good. Do whatever you can to make sure that you stretch. Probably I'm going to have to clean up these backgrounds too. That's going to take a while. The problem now is like after drawing backgrounds for like 2 years for my job, I'm like, well, I have to do a full background here even though I don't want to. I have to do it. It's not right if I don't have a full background. Okay. Be right back for one more stretch. Baby Alfies. Hello. We're back. Want my blue coconut coffee. For some reason, Alfie's has not wanted to eat her crickets lately. It's frustrating. I'm like, girl, you need your protein. gonna like look at them and be like, yeah, never mind. I don't know what her deal is. Still not right. She does live by her own rules. Her rules are pretty much, I sit around and hug my shark all day. That's what she's doing right now. She loves her shark. I guess the more important thing is that she eats her greens, and I always make sure she gets greens. Whether she wants to or not, she's getting greens. But she should eat the crickets too. She needs protein. Check the text sometime and see what I'm saying here. What is the part? Okay. Yeah. Once again. Yeah, I really like that Alfie's plush is super cute. I still need to get a Rouse plush too. But I got a good amount of Fangamer merch for my birthday, so I'm happy with that. I got a Susie shirt and that Alfie's plush and a whole bunch of pins. I need to see if there's like a Susie pin that's available as a singular one online or something, because I had the first pin set and I lost my Susie pin and I'm so sad. I have no clue. I think I just felt, because I used to keep them on my bag, and the Susie one fell off and I don't know where it went. So now I just have Noelle and no Susie. Maybe I can find somebody who's selling just a singular Susie pin. Yeah, right now I have the Alfie's plush next to Time Dog. Time Dog's actually a pretty big plush. Chris's head too big. One of those things. It needs to be like 5% smaller. I wish I had a Susie plush too, but I don't think that's gonna happen because Toby doesn't want to make the Lightner merch. At least it feels like he doesn't want to make Lightner characters into toys as merch, which I find interesting. So sadly, probably no Susie plush, no Chris plush. He has said that like people have asked, hey, are you gonna make plushes of like characters like Chris and Susie and Noelle and all that stuff. and he said no, that there are certain characters, mainly the Lightner characters, that he doesn't feel like it would be right to do that kind of merch with them. So basically, to me it seems like there's a clear distinction between people who are supposed to be characters and people who are supposed to be toys. Yeah. That there's a distinct difference between basically toy and person. At least that's the feeling people get from it. He's not really like elaborated exactly why he does that. And just says that doesn't think it wouldn't feel right for him to make toys of those characters. And he basically said, like, if you want to make your own Susie plush, like, you can do that. He's not going to stop people from doing, like, handmade merch. But he just doesn't feel like it is right to, you know, do those characters as plushes or figures, I guess. Yeah, which to me it says there's got to be some kind of thematic reason for it. Which is too bad, because I would like me a Susie plush too. I would totally get one of those. But if there's a thematic reason for it, I'm certainly curious to see what that would be. Yeah, yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it all works out. It'll be a while before we get new chapters, though. Meanwhile, fandom goes nuts. Is that still too big? You can't tell. She's so inspired to dress, though. Yeah, that's true. Chapter 2 has held us over for quite a while. Coming up on 2 years, basically, at this point. Which is kind of nuts to me. Yeah, I know. It's like, wait a minute, it's been 2 years since just chapter 2. Which means it's been 4 years since chapter 1 came out. And we still got 5 chapters to go, at least. Yeah, I remember that too. Good grief. Paper Trail feels like forever ago. At least Eldritchrune is nice because it can, like, just kind of fill some time in between now and next chapters. I do want to do another big, like, canon-based project again in the future. But I want to wait until the full game is out for that. But I can't imagine I'll get to the end and be like, well, I have no ideas of what to do. Yeah, I've actually I've made myself a private Discord server too for, you know, personal stuff like, okay, this is a link I want to keep. This is a to-do list I have. Here's some contact info I want to save. And it's useful for that kind of thing. Something that's just for me. But it's so easy for that kind of stuff to get lost. Just organize stuff how you want. Yeah, no bots. or bots you want. Or if you wanted to like test the bot, I guess. Yeah, I still need to organize it more. I need to like to add a bunch of contact info for people. Role-playing is fun. I don't have time for it though, unfortunately. I used to play it a lot. I made a lot of friends through roleplay, especially in live journal days. But turns out it's time consuming. So I either do this or I roleplay, and I decided to do this. Yeah, if you're just starting out, it might be good to start with like just a few people, you know, rather than jump into like the big ones. Yeah, it's tough. It's definitely tough. Give Toriel that old lady look. Not being overly wrinkled. Oh, that's a ton of service. Good grief. Yeah, I think I'm not surprised that the crow was like, hey, what the heck are you doing? That's a little rough. I don't know, maybe a Discord is not the right place for it? I don't know. I mean, maybe what would be best is just do it with a friend, you know, that's also interested in it. Yeah, roleplay is fun. Again, I do miss doing it a little bit. It's because I did it a bunch on Greenwood and Live Journal. And you're always going to run into issues where, like, you know, people aren't exactly aligned with your beliefs or interests. Just a matter of how you handle that. It's just the way it is. Thank you. I'm glad you feel comfortable there. That means a lot to me. I try my best. Just from example, I guess. So I'm really glad you feel comfortable there. Yeah. I think especially with young people, people really want to, feel like they're handling stuff right. It's a big, freaky world out there. And you gotta kind of accept the fact that you might make mistakes. And that's okay. Aw, thank you. Thanks so much. I mean, I definitely know I've made plenty of mistakes when I was younger. And I'm probably making some right now. That's just the nature of life and growing up. Just do the best you can with what you got. I'm not going to answer you 1-800 number. I don't know what you are. So therefore, I don't care. I don't know if I would say that minors dictate how social media culture operates. I would say corporations dictate how social media culture operates. That is my thoughts. It didn't used to be that way, but that's the way it is now. It kind of sucks. What's going to be the next comic? The comic I'm working on now is Chris Gets Sacrificed. Dun dun. It's going to be a two-parter. So I'm on the first part right now. Which I am looking forward to this one. Should be fun. I mean, yeah, teens are always going to be, interested in drama and that kind of stuff. Although I'll tell you what, plenty of adults are big on drama too. I don't know if that really goes away when you become an adult. I think maybe you get less palatable about participating in the drama yourself, but it's still there. Thank you. But yeah, that's what I'm working on now. Is Sacrifice 1. This is the longest one yet. This is about 15 pages. Which is longer than the Meeting Susie one, which was like kind of 14 and a half-ish, more like 13. See, I would kind of argue the toxic values are, again, something that's been forced upon. I don't think that's originating from kids. I think that's originating from people that are trying to sell something. Because kids have always been, a wide variety of stuff. And I think also, like, when it comes to, like, quote-unquote drama, it depends on, what we define as drama. Alright, sure, go get some food. My straw is going to disintegrate, because it's biodegradable. I don't know if I ever came up with a design for the soldiers. Yeah, I mean, like, kids are always gonna, you know, well, for one thing, kids are always gonna be, you know, have a lot of different perspectives too. Kids are gonna be trying to follow the examples of, like, people that they care about and how they're seeing what the world expects of them. And if corporations are running things, they usually expect to run things in a way they can sell things. When did I come up with the idea for this? I barely know. Honestly, it was just kind of, like, I was just drawing the characters all big and scary. Because that was what was happening in Ask. They're like, oh, can you draw the Eldritch version? Because, like, Nightmare Susie already existed from Paper Trail. Like, that's an old, basically repurposed from that comic. And then people asked for Noelle. And I was like, okay, that'll be fun. So I did Noelle. And then eventually people were like, what about Chris? And I'm like, well, I think Chris would be cool if they were still human, but they did this. And then it just kind of spiraled. People kept asking more and more questions. And I was like, thinking about how I would, like, make my choices about, you know, well, why would I choose to design the character this way? And then from that, you know, a narrative kind of happened. So that's basically how it happened. It's kind of one of those natural things. That's also why I haven't wanted to, like, commit to a full in chronological order comic. So one, I want to keep it kind of fun, and once we get more canon, I'm going to focus on that, obviously. And two, I like, unlike, you know, like Paper Trail, where I'm like, okay, I have planned this story, like, well in advance. I know how I want it to end and all that kind of stuff. This one I've been very playing by ear. I do have an idea now of, like, okay, this is how this would all go down in an ending, but, like, a lot of the middle, I'm just kind of like, okay, we'll just, you know, work on this as we go. Do scenes that I think might be interesting. Chris live streams. What would they live stream? Probably some weird game stuff, probably Minecraft. Nice. Your wish got granted. Exactly. I mean, that was pretty much my thought. I'm like, oh, this is fun. Too bad it's only for one scene. This nightmare, I can't use it elsewhere. And I'm like, well, I guess now I'm using it elsewhere. Chris live streams chocolate mukbangs. How long can a chocolate mukbang last? I mean, the whole point is for a mukbang, you have, like, a full meal, right? How much chocolate can you get from that? What's up, gamers? Today we're stealing some pies. Live streaming epic pranks. Yeah, I don't want to do epic pranks. I'm glad pranking videos went out of fashion. Those are not very good, I don't think. Because those used to be very popular. Oh, I got one of them crazy metabolisms. Leaving the path. DeviantArt would agree with you. Forgot to do. Yeah, I never quite figured out a armor style for the Empire soldiers. We're just going to kind of fudge it a bit. Walking around looking intimidating. Oh, what? It's my time already. Man, time flies. Alright, I'll be right back to do my stretchies. And we'll get on to the next ones. It'd be cool if I could finish all of the roughs today. I would like to do that. We'll see if that's doable. Phew. First stretch. What websites do I use? Do you mean that I post to? That I post my art to? So I usually post stuff to my Tumblr, my Twitter, to my Clark. I need to post stuff to Pillow Fort again. It's been a while since I've done that. I've fallen behind. I need to post stuff to Pillow Fort. Oh no, that a program that I draw on. I draw with Photoshop. Sometimes also stuff in a Storyboard Pro. I used to use Sketchbook Pro, but for some reason it didn't transfer with my computer. Pillow Fort is kind of a Tumblr alternative. It's smaller, but I draw with Photoshop. Like 95% of the time it's with Photoshop. And if it's not with Photoshop, it's with Storyboard Pro. That's actually what I was using for a bunch of the backgrounds here, because there's easy perspective tools in that program. Alright, good luck with taking photos. Okay. And I will also be right back for one more stretch. Alrighty, I'm back. Oh, good luck with your first day of school. That's always a tough thing. But you can do it. Good luck with school. That can be very intimidating. I'm sorry. It's not fun to get bullied. Out of curiosity, what year are you? That might make a difference. Seventh grade? Okay, that's a tough time. That's a tough time. I sympathize. Nobody talks about this, but middle school really is the hardest time. So, I salute you. It's tough, not gonna lie, but honestly, like, once you're through it, stuff gets easier after middle school. Like, it gets harder in different ways, but middle school is, like, a really tough time, and I say this from memory. Heck, my parents are teachers. My mom used to teach middle school, like, 8th grade classes. She'll definitely say, yeah, middle school's so tough. There's just a lot of different things, like, you have to be... It's like this weird balance of, like, you know, you're expected to start handling all this stuff yourself, but you're also not. You're starting to get some freedom, but not quite enough to, you know, make your own choices that really matter to you. And that sucks. Like, it's rough. But once you get through it, even high school is better than middle school, I think. Because you get a little bit more choice in what you're doing. One thing I remember about middle school, was it 7th or 8th grade? I can't remember which one. But, oh, they're too big still. We had like a typing class or something. And for some reason, the teacher was just not there for that. So we ended up playing Descent LAN parties. And that was the coolest thing. Yeah. Things will definitely get better after 7th grade. Hang in there. The Twin Runes creator, I follow them, so I'm trying to think of what it is. It's like, Economon? I might just be short to Akane. Economenon? Maybe it's Economenon. I need to like read the name again. But I think it's Economenon. Where's he? Akanemnon. 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 So I feel like the short version of that would be Akane. I think they've had some asks on their thing about pronouncing the name. Horse. Quite the same as a My Little Pony. surprised. I've had to draw quite a few horses over the years. Or horse-like creatures. Yeah, that's what I thought. The name was Akane. They're kind of in the same boat I am. Lynx Griffin is from like high school, and I just kind of stuck with it. Yeah, I've been following Twin Runes. It's very good. I am enjoying it. Nope, long line for photos. Oops. Gotta get them school photos. Hope that armor is not too crappy. Make sure I'm not tangent with the friggin' fence. Better. Okay, that page is done. On page 5. I can't type and my keyboard's all the way over here. That looks like crap. Aw. Alright, what are they saying here? I'm trying to know what my text was. Okay, that's what text was. I'm going into the woods. I've never seen the play Into the Woods. Maybe I should see it. Yeah, really fancy school pictures. I know it's probably something their parents want. Like, you have to look nice for the school picture. Even if it's not your senior picture. As for the senior picture, yeah, you have to, like, dress up nice. That's considered a nice picture. Sometimes parents make you dress up nice. I do wonder if we get a future Dark World where they have to go to church, we'll get church outfit characters. Maybe not, because that's more to Sprite, but I don't know, it might be neat. Have them in their Sunday best, or whatever day they have church, because apparently it's not Sunday. Yeah, no, I'm the same way. It's really tough because it's like, why do clothes that are also like nice have to be uncomfortable? I can't wear dresses that often. Luckily, well, I haven't gone to church in a while, but the last times I have gone, I can just go in like nice, dress pants. Nobody cares. What was your reaction when your theory of Noelle being in the Dark World was true? I mean, I kind of guessed that that was going to be true a while ago because Toby basically teased with a sprite of her from the back in the Dark World. So, I was like, oh, she's got to be in the Dark World. That's a Dark World out there. So, I was kind of like, aha, yes, correct. But I feel like Toby teased that a while ago. Yeah, on Toby's Twitter, before Chapter 2 came out, he posted some teaser images. And that included some face sprites that included Noelle. And there was like a shot of Noelle from the back in her Dark World outfit. And like her hair was a different color and all that kind of stuff. I'm sorry I don't have the link. It was a while ago. Again, it was pre-Chapter 2. Quite a bit. Yeah, so I wasn't too surprised because I kind of figured it was happening. I was like, aha, yes, that one is correct. I could probably go on about Eldritchrune theories for days. I've got plenty of them. I just don't talk about them on my YouTube channel, so that's probably why they're not popular. I just draw comics about them instead. This is not a theory, by the way. This is just for fun. This is solely for funsies. I do have a YouTube channel. It's under Lynx, which is the same name as this channel. And usually when I'm done with streams, I post them there. Oh, hello. Thank you for coming. Yeah. All Toby has to do is post, like, weird little things. Everybody's like, ah! Yeah, I have random stuff on my YouTube, and then also I've just been posting all of my streams on YouTube when they're able to be posted. Actually, I probably should try and post the last art stream I did, but I had all those computer problems, so maybe I shouldn't bother, I don't know. I feel like a passport's a little taller. Storage. I am glad that we're getting the newsletters now. Those are always fun to get. Actually, I kind of wonder when the next one will be. Maybe September? End of September, I guess. Because when did we get the last one? End of June? Last one was end of June, right? Yeah, I think we're definitely getting a future chapter with Caddy and Jockington, for example. Well, the one with Snowy and MK would be interesting, too. But I definitely feel like Caddy and Jockington have been set up. Will be this chapter or not, but maybe at least chapter 4. Bonus chapter, Timmy and Egg. That's what we've been gathering all the eggs for. Oh wait, she has the thing slung over her shoulder. That's right. Yeah, and also Caddy and Jockington also have face sprites, so they're definitely showing up. Also, I think Toby mentioned once that he was surprised that Jockington wasn't more popular, so I imagine he's kind of anticipating Jockington doing a lot more in future chapter. Oh yeah, Birdley and Noel for sure. As we've gotten this last chapter. I'm pretty sure Caddy and Jockington have unique voices, don't they? I feel like they do. Maybe I need to rewatch again. But I think they're definitely showing up again in a later chapter, just based on Jockington's one line. If you talk to Caddy and Jockington, post chapter 2, and they have different discussion things, Jockington says something to the effect of, "Yeah, me and Caddy are always together, no matter what world we're in." And I'm like, no matter what world you're in? Okay. That feels like confirmation to me that they're going to be in a dark world. It's a Lynx stream! At an odd time. I usually am working at my job, but I took some unpaid days in between episodes, so that's why I'm doing this now. Yeah, I thought that Caddy and Jockington had unique voices, but maybe I'm wrong. But I know they definitely have unique face sprites. Yeah, for sure. They have a lot of dialogue stuff going on in chapter 2. And talking about their families and each other and stuff. I have a prediction that Caddy knows something about Susie, some dark secret about Susie that we haven't heard yet. Because I don't think she would dislike Susie that much just based on her picking on Jockington. I mean, obviously she cares about Jockington, but I think there's more to it than that. Why did somebody insult me a while back on Tumblr? I don't know, people have done that more than once. Susie is the knight. I feel like of all people to be the knight, Susie is the least likely. Just the absolute no candidate. Welcome back. So, somebody insult me, you have to be more specific. Because that's happened a couple times. I mean, technically anybody could be. But I think she is the least likely. She's already a knight. She's a cool, violent axe Susie. She is a Mr. Bean thing. She's doing it on accident. She's just chewing on things and they become dark worlds. I used to watch Mr. Bean a ton when I was younger. He had some on video cassette tape. thought it was so funny. Who do you think is most likely to be the knight? Okay. So, to preface this, I think Jaru's theories are wrong, like, almost entirely. I think they're just wrong. With one exception. I think he's correct on the knight, although I would tweak the idea a little bit. I think that the knight is Garrison's soul attached to an object. Specifically, like, people have speculated that it's the hammer. I don't think it's the hammer. I think it's something else. I have actually a lot of, like, thematic evidence why I think it's Garrison. As well as like, you know, other stuff. But basically, like, I'd probably have to go into, like, a big post on that or something. But yeah, I think it's Garrison. Specifically, like, I mean, I don't think Garrison's alive. I think Garrison is dead. But it's Garrison's soul. And I think that's kind of like in the, that looks dumb. It's kind of in this, it's basically acting as a foil to how I think that Rouse has Chris's soul. That they're both Darkners with Lightner souls that are just taking this in very different directions. Yeah, unfortunately, like, at first I was like, oh, okay, his theories are interesting, and the more I've watched them, the more I've been like, oh no, I don't think you know what you're talking about, I'm a little worried. I don't think these are put together very well. So that's my one exception. I think the Night one is correct. I don't think anything else is right. I don't think there's a time loop. I don't think... The Rouse one's definitely wrong. I don't think yeah, a lot of the stuff I don't think is correct. My one exception is I think the Night one, although the way to get there was very silly, but I do think the Night is Garrison. And again, I would tweak that idea. I don't think it's his soul in the hammer. And I have my reasons for that. Yeah, the most recent video, I was kind of concerned that he was adamant about the player not being diegetic, when to me it's like extremely obvious that the player is diegetic in Eldritchrune, and that's like one of the big things for it. So that's why I say I'm concerned, is that like that's I don't feel like that's a very diegetic. Okay, I'll explain diegetic. Diegetic means it is a part of the universe. For example, if you are watching a movie and there's a soundtrack happening, there is music, that music is non-diegetic, which means it is not actually happening in the universe. That music is there for you, the viewer, to, you know, enhance the story. It's a tool of the story. However, if you're watching a movie and you're hearing music and then you realize that a character is listening to the song, like on their headphones or something, or like the movie Drive has a lot of diegetic music, that means that it is diegetic, that the music is a part of that universe. Part of the story's universe. The music exists within the universe of the story. So, when I say that the player is diegetic to Eldritchrune, it means that the player is something that exists within the realm of the story. And I feel like that's kind of a given with Eldritchrune. Like, we basically open with, you know, the mysterious voice, which is probably Gaster, let's be real here. Talking to us directly, the player, saying, hey, you're the person who's making this vessel, blah, 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 blah. So, forget what I was doing with their hands. Might as well have them out. So yeah, that's what diegetic means. Exists within the universe of the story. For the vast majority of video games, the player is non-diegetic. They don't exist in the story itself. Like, if you're playing Mario, you, the player, are not a part of Mario's universe. But I feel like it is very clear that the player is diegetic in Deltarune's universe, and so his video talking about how he doesn't think that's true and doesn't like that idea, I was like, my dude, it's very clear, I think. Yeah, like, I don't want to, that's why I'm like a little worried. I'm like, I don't want to be mean, but this is a very clear point, I think. I'm not sure how you missed that or why you would think this would be bad. I think it is an interesting thing that basically part of, like, Chris's character arc is dealing with being possessed by a player, and, you know, some of that's good and some of that's bad. How do they react to that? How is that growing their own character? Is, I think, an important part of that. I feel like their legs are a little too big. I don't know. So, that's why I'm like, I'm slightly concerned. I'm slightly concerned that he's going to end up not liking Deltarune when it's done, which, that sucks. Like, that's what happened with me in Kingdom Hearts, and it sucks when that happens. So, you know, I don't really want that to happen. But, yeah, I don't know how you ignore or deny that. It feels like very basic reading of the game is what we have even just right. Oh, is it ad time already? Goodness gracious. Time just flew by. Okay, finish this and I'll do my stretches. Stretchy, stretchy, stretchy time. I'm gonna put Chris a little bit over further here to... That feels like a weird pose. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, stretchy. Stretching my stretchings. We're going to move the crickets again, so those are going. Yeah, maybe sometime I'll go into my thoughts on Garrison's Soul as the Night, because I feel like there's a lot of thematic parallels you can make with Garrison, specifically with Garrison being a fiction writer. I feel like that kind of keeps coming up, and that's an important detail. Like, there's also this idea that, like, you know, well, the Knight is doing this specifically to create the roaring, and I don't know that that's true necessarily. Also, I hope I'm not talking through the ads. It's hard to tell when they're running sometimes. Okay, but I am stretching. I'm doing my stretch. A little bit of coffee stuff left. Okay, all over. I probably talked through the ads, didn't I? Wah, wah. But yeah, I was saying I could probably do like a full post on my thoughts as Garrison or Garrison's Soul as the Night, because I think there's thematic parallels you can get, specifically with the fact that Garrison was a fiction writer. He was basically J.R.R. Tolkien. He was Turtle J.R.R. Tolkien in this world. I feel like those details keep coming up and that they're relevant, both plot-wise and thematically. Anyways, I will be right back for one more stretch.
bunch for coming to the stream.
Yeah, Garrison has already kind of set up interesting in you know, Undertale. So I feel like we're gonna get more with Garrison in the future. Chris is mostly asking a question like, well, what are we doing? What's going on? Okay. Look at that. The mouse is all over the place. Yeah, I probably just need the right prompting to talk about thoughts on Garrison as the knight kind of thing. I know another theory is that Alvin is the knight, which is a pretty decent one. I feel like it's more Garrison than Alvin, because I feel like what is bothering Alvin is that he helped with this, rather than he is specifically the knight. He's a culprit in the conspiracies. Lecturing your parents. You're not gonna sacrifice me to a shadow demon, are you? That's not nice. Just so you know, that's generally frowned upon in society. I feel like I'm just kind of slowly reverting to Chris's canon look rather than how they're supposed to look here, which is probably need to do more like costume research. That one I'm very bad at. Mostly they're confused. Why are we going into the woods alone at night? Hopefully I can at least finish the first part tonight. This morning. When I think it's going to be done? Oh, that's a good question. I'm trying to get as much done this week as I can. I got, of course, some other things. You know, I got to work on the next Anthrofractal part, whatever the winner is for this most recent one. So I got to work on that, and I have some regular stuff that's happening. I'm gonna have a friend over on Saturday. We're gonna hang out and have fun. So I got to prepare for that, and I got a short little commission to finish. What else do I have to do? I'm gonna make a phone call. So I'm going to try and use as much of this week of downtime as I have to work on this, because I know that unfortunately, once I'm back onto a new episode next week, that's going to be busy. It's going to take a lot more of my time. So, and that's going to be another 6 weeks or so of working on that episode. So I'm doing my best to get as much as I can done on it this week, but I don't know when it'll be done. Especially since, again, this is the longest one so far. This is 15 pages. As you can see, some of these are some very complicated backgrounds, which usually takes time to draw and all that kind of stuff. I'm surprised I got through the backgrounds as quickly as I did, but I did, so yay. I'm hoping I can finish character roughs today. Basically, if I'm lucky, I'll get through like a background clean up on backgrounds by the time the week is done. But then I still have more cleanup and like shading and all that stuff to do, and text and all that. So I don't know how long it'll take. I'll do my best to get as far as I can with the time I can. Oh man, I might have a family thing come up too. I don't know. I'll have to see about that. Starting to get to the juicy stuff. Well, this is like one of my favorite remixes of Core. I love this remix. Yeah, I'll do my best to get through as much as I can this week, but I don't know when it'll be actually finished. Angst. Angst for everybody. Yeah, second part is a lot of very freaked out Chris. Poor Chris. Aw, thank you. I'm glad it's worth the wait. It's just definitely hard. That's another reason why I didn't want to do like full comics with like a schedule or something, because at least my schedule right now is hard to do, especially comics this long form for regularly. Chris is super cool. I'm so curious to see what more happens with him in canon. I'm curious to see everybody. Let's work his face up a little bit. But yeah, prepare for Chris angst. It is incoming. Oh, nice. Welcome back from the photo line. Oh, name is Chris too. No, not angst for you. Angst for the character. Yeah, get ready. There's gonna be Chris angst. It's a coming. Oh no! I feel like that's a too low set. It's the thing when you have a character you like, it's like the trauma is fun. Because when it's a character you like, you're like, well, if this character I like can get through the trauma, I can too. And even those of us with like toughest life stuff going on, or the easiest life stuff going on, still have, you know, tough things to deal with in our own way. So it's comfy to see a character that's going through tough stuff and they make it through, and you're like, hey, even subconsciously, you're like, I can make it through too. Or that even Heck, I feel like also like the whole concept of a tragedy is if the character doesn't make it through, you still get the thing of like, even if they didn't make it through, the fact that we heard the story still mattered. And like a Ophelia kind of thing. Or you're gonna see characters from Greek mythology. I don't think I know lovely lore and art. I know. It's just fun. Okay. Next part. Well, good luck with all that stuff. It's definitely hard to, translate one kind of map to a very different kind of one. Yeah, sorry, I don't think I know that name. Tough. Whenever I draw the characters really small, my brush starts to look bad after like down from size 6. Like, no, my beautiful brush. What's my favorite comic that I've made so far? Are we talking just Deltarune Undertale stuff? Or are we talking in general? Anything. Anything. I'm really happy with how Skybox came out. I'm pretty happy with how that whole thing went. It was a very long journey, but I stuck with it through the end. So I'm very happy with Skybox. I mean, Skybox was literally just made to like too big compared to Chris. Skybox was literally made to be like, what do I enjoy drawing? I'm gonna do that all the time. That's what I did. So I really like Skybox. And I feel like it also got a good amount of like people reading it, and it's really hard to get people to read original stuff, which I'm the same way, so I can't talk, be like, yeah, people need to read more original stuff. I'm like, I do too, so what do I know? But it's nice that people gave it a shot and liked it. He's a little taller, keep forgetting. Lynx is fun. It's the kind of thing that's kind of like a roller coaster. It's like, I would not actually want to fall from a great height like that, but it's fun to pretend like I can. Can't go wrong. To the angst in the afternoon. maybe if I'm lucky and I get all the roughs done and certain backgrounds clean, the next time I do a art stream, we'll go to part 2. You can see what's happening there. So again, this is 15 pages total, 2 parts long. Okay, I'm gonna do a little copy paste and then trace, because that's easier to do. Some of the storyboarding stuff I do happens here. I'm like, okay, it's the same pose, but a little different, so we're just going to copy and paste it and then tweak it. It's a lot faster than trying to eyeball everything. Chris is starting to slow down. Let's move her feet a little bit, otherwise trace that. Why did the cult sacrifice Chris again? They had been doing this with a bunch of other, you know, vagrant youth, vagabonds, kids, because they are trying to summon a demon prince, namely Rouse, to have somebody that can deal with the empire that's invading their town. They are a small little town and they can't fight against big armies. Saw in a previous shot that there was like a bunch of soldiers wandering around their area, and they don't like that. It's not great. They're like, well, if we get a big demon guy to take care of that, that'll be good. But you gotta have sacrifices for that kind of thing. So that is why. That's fine. Oh no! Obliterated by the enemy. That's not good. Copy again. Oh. Right about that. At least you had to, that's the point of testing the map, I guess, is to realize what does and doesn't work. Yeah. In fact, I could tell the thing to move over like that. smaller. Her hair's usually a little longer than that. They're all the way back here. Yeah, there's actually plenty of stuff in Hometown. It's just the right size, I think, for a town that feels populated and has stuff going on, but isn't too overwhelming. Do not die on me. Don't do it. I hate you, Photoshop. I hate you. I really hope I didn't lose too much there. Let me see. Hold on. I was in the middle of stuff, Photoshop. Okay, good. It recovered. Thank goodness. Okay, good. Yeah, I kept most of my stuff. Alright, I'm gonna make sure I save as this. So that I don't lose that too. Yes, replace it. Where did I find this music? On the internet! I like looking around for, various, remixes. I've done a bunch of them in the past. Oh, oops, too big. Yeah, I have a hair number too. Yeah, I know a lot of people use Clip Studio. I've just been using Photoshop for so long that, like, this is where all my workflow is and all my brushes are. So I have not tried to do any switches yet. It's just too difficult for me. Okay, well, at least this recovered. At least I didn't lose too much. I hate that. As soon as I, like, am trying to draw them and nothing happens, I'm like, oh no, it's going to crash, isn't it? And lo and behold. Again, at least I didn't lose too much. But that's frustrating, because I'm trying to get through as much as I can. Oh, is it time already? Yeah, I imagine if you've used Clip Studio more than other one, then that makes sense. Alright, well, time for me to take a break anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Time to stretch. And all that. Yeah, I really want to finish this one if possible. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I should be able to if I keep going like a little bit past noon, I think. Okay, first stretches. Stretchy stretches. Yeah, I've honestly been using Photoshop since version 4. Like, way in the distant past. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first version of Photoshop I used was version 4. It's extremely old for me. So I'm set in my ways, and changing is hard. It's hard. Well, I'm gonna have to pay the stupid fees to Adobe, which I do not like. It's very annoying. Alright, be right back for one more stretch. Is about gone. Yeah, I remember that program as well. Procreate's pretty decent. I have used Procreate. I just don't use my iPad very often for drawing. I like having a lot of space for that kind of stuff. Yeah, Procreate's a pretty good program. I mean, it might be possible. They don't have Storyboard Pro for iPad, unfortunately, which I think some of my coworkers want. But if you can find another program that works for an iPad, then you might be in luck. But yeah, unfortunately, Storyboard Pro does not work on Procreate. Because it requires a bunch of various hotkeys that you keyboard. Okay. I'm probably gonna copy paste this version of Asgore and have to turn his head. Save myself some time. Yeah. What are you doing? Why does it do that? Literally, why does it do that? Photoshop, you didn't used to do that. You're stupid. You're dumb. You are a dummy dumb. Okay, come here. This one down here. Copy the pose. Also, I like the fact that I like the fact that Storyboard Pro lets you use vector lines, which are way easier to edit. Tutorial doesn't feel very good about it. Doesn't feel great about it. Then I got rid of my references too. Ugh. Maybe I'll get by without them, okay. Okay. What do I have? for text in this area. That's what I had for text in that area. Okay. Head's too big again. That's not what I wanted. Kind of a hard thing to convey. I can't remember all this stuff correctly. Yes, angst are coming. Can get a flowery laugh going here. Sometimes I'll just be like working on stuff and then it's like, oh, this page decided to die. That's silly. The annoying part is now my references are gone that I had set up. I hope I'm remembering them correctly. It's like Human Toriel has her hair pinned like floppy ears. Okay, that. Oh, what happened to the background? There it goes. I'm a little hungry, but I want to get all the way to noon at least, or at least to finish these, at least finish this part. Finish the first part, then I'll probably stop. Bad hand. Practice hands more too. I guess that's okay. Much faster when there's only one character in each. See some eye stuff too. Though their eyes are not going to be red in this part. Once again, 5% too big every time. Okie dokie. Last page of first part. Let's do it. See how far I can get with this page, and whenever we do that, maybe we can get into the next one. We'll see. anything. Please. I did ask for here. Grabbing certain stuff. Or very large compared to Chris, but it should be given. Fun part, doing the details here. I need to be able to rotate my canvas, and Photoshop won't let me do that anymore. It's very annoying. Why won't you let me rotate the canvas? Photoshop, it should be a basic thing. Basic of the basics. Is quite that big compared to Chris, but it'll work. Poses are off a little bit, and I'm not sure how, but it's because this thing looks really good. What am I doing? What am I doing? slid in. I don't know if that's coming across. More like this. Zoom in 1,000,000%? Too bad. That's what you're doing. You're zooming in 1,000,000%. A little bit better. I don't know if that's quite right, but hopefully it's close enough. A little bit further down. It's got floppy. Okay, let's see. Next panel. Hard drawing character from this position. I've been doing it a lot too. No! I did this to myself. Pocket the last one? Oh, okay. You hear those crickets more than you heard the music. They're getting noisy. And if only Alfie could eat them, and I want her to. She's been very picky about her crickets. I don't know why. And once again, probably make his head smaller. Just a bit. Girl apparently says giant hands here. Oh wow. Here. Oh, thank you so much for subscribing. That's a cool long streak. Thank you. I super appreciate it. I hope I'm making fun stuff for you and wash straw. So thank you, thank you. We get a little bit in the next part, actually. If we can. Problem is I don't quite have some of the other character masks all designed. I'll have to work that out as I go. Yes, I super appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh man, is it ads time already? It is ads time already. No. Okay. Well, this will be. I'm gonna do one more stretch, and then I think we'll do one more session, half-hour session, and that'll be a good 3 hours of drawing. And we'll definitely have finished off the first part. So, yay! Get through that. Also, thank you for new followers. Yeah, I'm glad we at least got the rough characters for the first part done. And if I'm lucky, maybe we can also do it for the second half today. Won't be doing that on stream, so. Is his arm long enough there? I hope so. Proportions! How do they work? Seriously. All weird like. Oh, really? Stretch. Alrighty, I'll be right back for one more stretch. Okie dokie. And we're back. do one more session here. It'll finish up this part. Yay! Lessons. These are always a little bit of a pain to draw, unfortunately. Which stinks because, like, so many people in the world have glasses. I'm not even sure the percentage is, probably like a giant percentage of people have glasses. Alright, thanks so much for coming. I super appreciate it. I hope you have fun hanging out with a friend. I got one more half hour on this, and I am going to go get lunch after we're done. Yes, this is the comic of Chris being sacrificed. It's the first part, and then we'll delve a little bit in the second part. So, yep, that is what this one is. Figure this one's the one I would do next since we had to poll on Tumblr and it was very, very, very just in second place. This was mentioned in the story setup, but basically the problem with Hometown right now is that there's a big empire moving in and basically making life worse for everybody. And they're a small town and they can't really do anything about that. So a lot of the older members of the town end up forming a cult in the hopes of summoning a demon prince that can defeat their enemies for them, since they're too small of a town to cope with a massive military on their own. So, in order to do that, you need a human sacrifice, apparently. And that's why this is happening with Chris. Yes, very Night in the Woods. Which is a good game. And Chris does not really know this is happening. Like, what the heck? Dreamers did not necessarily want to do that, but they got pressured into it by the other adults. Okay. And we're almost done with this part. And move on to the next one. Glasses. Okay, last panel for this part. Oh no, the bunker! I don't know why. This dang thing just zooms in jillion%. Whenever I'm trying to do something. Not the bunker. Get the fun animal masks. Again, I still have to design some of them. I only have Toriel and Asgore, and I'm kind of like, okay, how am I doing like Rudy and Carol and all them? Are we? Like, when is the next newsletter? It's end of September, right? We just had one in June, I feel like. So if they're about 3 months apart. Oh yeah, the anniversary's coming up. And oftentimes news comes up with that. I want to draw something for the anniversary, but I don't know what to draw. What should I draw for the 8th anniversary? I'm gonna run out of time too if I'm not careful. Yeah, that's true. It is often update during the anniversary. I really want to do another anniversary art. I like doing anniversary art for it. That is a very weird feeling. 8 years. Good grief! Also, hello. Thank you for coming. And subscribing. Yeah, I really need to think of something to draw for the 8th anniversary. I'm super busy with these comics. So it'd be nice to do especially since I don't do much Undertale art. It'd be nice to do an Undertale art for the anniversary. Yeah, well, it's gonna turn 10 eventually. Undertale's gonna learn fractions. Oh boy. Oh yeah, Splatoon too. Not Splatoon 2, but Splatoon is also. Hello, thank you for coming. I'm doing about another half hour, actually probably another 15 minutes or so. one more session basically of I'm pretty fun with the shoe. I don't know. When did Splatoon come out? Okay, it does not make sense that this puts back there. She should be bigger. Especially since she's behind him, I think. There we go. A little bit better. I don't know. This is an odd time for me to be streaming. I'm not usually streaming this time of the day. I'm only doing it because I want to work on this comic some, and I don't have work currently because I decided to take some unpaid days in between episodes. So, not my usual time for streaming. Okay. On to the next one. Oh, hello, thank you for subscribing! Yay! Thank you! I super duper appreciate it! Are these all... How do I do this? I'm gonna do more, subscribers. Okay, here we go. Fancy. Yes, now you get a fancy badge. Once I get enough sub points, I can add more emotes too. Very cool. Thank you. Yes, I see it now. Oh yeah, same here. I love that song so much. It's so good. Shelby really knows how to do like those opening area songs where you're just like, yeah, yeah, we're in a new area and it's cool and it's awesome and we're going on adventures, yeah. So, good stuff, good stuff. Excited to see what, you know, banger we're gonna get as soon as we start chapter 3. Welcome back. We're on to part 2, at least briefly. Oh yeah, future secret boss themes. Also bangers. I know. Ah, good stuff. And I'm gonna my playlist of Undertale Deltarune songs will grow even more as I get more remixes. I need to look at the reference I have again for Hasbro because it was really complicated. I do want to play Mother 3 sometime. Okay, I gotta remember that, like, there's a human head under here. Okay. These masks are ridiculously large. Why are they this big? Why are there these flowers on them? I say, having designed them. Basically, if you ever hear me yelling at my own designs, it's because I'm stupid. I don't know. Up to you. This is supposed to be like straw and stuff like that. Cold design, so cheap. It's a hip new thing. No. I'm getting the sore throaties again. Water. Lawson, come here. Well, the cool kids are getting sacrificed. You want to be cool, don't you? No, resist the peer pressure. Okay, I gotta work out how the heck am I doing Carol's mask? Because it needs to be different from Rudy's. I don't know if I should give her the bigger antlers or Rudy the bigger antlers. I don't know. Chris did not want to be cool. Chris is cool involuntarily. Okay. How are we doing this? Play sacrificial roleplay with professional. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how I'm doing. I just have to work this out somehow. It'll work out somehow. Maybe I should, I don't know, go through and design all this other stuff first. I don't know. It'd be fun to do an original setting too. Okay. I think we'll do the flowers on the guys. Antler. Feeling real. Yep. LARPing. I'm trying a witch trial. Sounds like the kind of thing you would find at a Ren fair. Well, I shouldn't make these too complicated, but they should look kind of reindeer-ish. That makes sense, sci-fi kind of thing. You can't stretch the setting for AUs, it's true. But it's tough sometimes to work out, you know, when to do something just with original characters and which not. Yeah, Ren Fair is probably a good place to ask about that. Ooh, where? Okay. Whatever you want to do, because it's your story. Yeah, Ren Fairs can be pretty fun. I've been to one Ren Fair. I have friends who go a lot more often. I'm trying to figure out where the heck I'm putting Asgore's hands here. Basically, he's trying to support Chris. That's always really nice. There we go. Birthday music going. Yeah, Ren Fairs are cool. They're pretty loosey-goosey and stuff. Yeah. I just don't know what's going on with arms. What is happening with arms? I can't wait till Asgore puts Chris down, so I want to keep figuring out what the heck they're doing with the arms. Yeah, Chris is unfortunately awake. Yep, arms are tough. Especially when they're supposed to be grabbing people and supporting, but we're not sure how. Chris is awake. Okay. Who did I have for this? Okay. Thank you, I'm glad it looks alright. Oh, I don't know what's going on with that. Supposed to be an arm reach down. You're like, yes, yes. Excitement. Okay, I gotta figure out Alvin's mask. be a turtle. Alright, thanks a bunch for coming to the stream. I'm about done anyway. About time for me to stop and eat some lunch. So pretty much I think once I finish this panel, I'm gonna call it a day. Ooh, also finished. Rudy's over here. I think he's got a... Also a reindeer mask, but I think the horn's gonna have to be different. It's all good. It's all good. Again, this is a bit of an unusual time for me to stream. I'm gonna look at a picture of a turtle. I know what I'm doing. Why I say turtle and it gives me sea turtle? Maybe I need tortoise. Tortoise. Yeah, tortoise is better. Double stream all the way across the sky. More like a bat, unfortunately. Not a turtle. A bit more turtle. Turtle. Tortoises are sweet. Turtle eyes look like tortoise eyes. Tortoise eyes. I think finish might be black. I don't know if I like those eyes. Maybe these are okay. How would Alfie behave around a tortoise? I don't know. She probably would just ignore it. Be like, okay, you're a weird thing. Like a weird mask. Yeah, it's kind of creepy. I try and like do tortoise face. But it's probably looks better from the side than the front. Like most reptiles look a little bit better from the side. They have nicer profiles. Tortoise face sounds like a really bad medieval insult. I could see that. Oh, thank you. Okay. Reindeer again. I think he's gonna have flowers. Why can't you type properly? Ah. There we go. Yep, the only way to get better with stuff is to practice it, and that includes from different angles. Now that I want to make sure that's not confused with Carol. Okay, we're gonna get more of the beard. I know. Who would have thought you had to do things to get better at them? Ah. Dumb system. Yeah, life drawing is a good way to practice, for sure. Gotta do life drawings. These robes hang very loose. Oh, life drawing will teach you how to draw different angles and positions, too. Life drawing will teach you all of that. Now, a steampunky version would be cool. Okay, I'm making Rudy's one's a little bit smaller. And more flowers. How did I have this previously? There. Who's beeping me? Guys have flowers. Why? Because I said so. Okay. I think it might be time for me to stop. But it's pretty good because we got all the way into part 2. Yay! And if I'm lucky, I should be able to get this done by today. I just realized I have a dentist appointment this weekend, don't I? Ah! Sorry, just stupid stuff I remember. But yeah, thanks a bunch for coming to the stream. Maybe if I get the stuff done by next time, maybe I'll work on cleaning this up next time I do a stream so you can see this part more. And that'll be good. But yes, dun dun. Thanks for Chris and coming. Thanks for all the dreamers, actually. If look at the dentist, don't think of Psychonauts. Well, now that you mention it, I will not think of Psychonauts. Yeah, just doing my last stretches, as you do. Thanks a bunch for coming to the stream, you guys. I lost all the way through, even the Photoshop was a stupid part of the way. Not surprising about Photoshop. Yeah, might be doing it next time. This will get published to Tumblr eventually, although I'm not sure when. This is this is the longest one, so we got a ways to go. But I'm making pretty good progress this week, so that's good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming to the stream. Thank you new followers. Thank you people who subscribed. That's super cool of you. And I will see you. I'm gonna go get some lunch and take care of Alfie's, and I will see you all very soon. Definitely for Friday. I will be around for more Ghost Trick. So, we'll see you all later. Right. Bye-bye.